So you get out here, doop-a-doop-a-doop, doop, doop-a-doop-a-doop, doop-a-doop-a-doop, doop-doop, and you leave. And you start to go to Sector 6, and Eris pulls a fucking magic trick like she's goddamn Droopy the dog, and appears in front of you even though you didn't see her the entire way there. Are you done? I'm gonna shove this pole up your ass for a prostate exam. Now somehow she knew that this chick ran a bar. Somehow. I don't know how the hell she knows. Notice she said Kansai 7th Heaven, which is the bar. I don't know how she would possibly know this. But okay. So anyways, we have to run through this gigantic mess of shittery. A gigantic robot hand sticking out of nowhere. And then you have to fight these guys whose backs are all turned, which is great. So we're just gonna fuck them up here. Lightning bolt. Cut him up. Didn't even kill him. What a pussy. Wow, that didn't even kill him. Are you fucking kidding me? Seriously? Should just light my own ass on fire after that one. There, damn. Get the fuck out of my house, you bitch. Now, I'm going to run around in here a little bit if I get to the end too soon, because there's a particular enemy I want you to see. I've been saying particular a lot in this playthrough. I don't know why. Don't know why. Come on. Now, of all times when I want to fight, I can't fight somebody. There we go. Did I get him? No, I just got 4 of these fuckheads. I kind of want to run away from this because this, oh, whatever, fuck it. I just need to give myself the all materia for fucking just dealing with these guys. That's what I need to do. So I'm just going to do that next. Then I can just lay waste to these guys and get a few levels doing it. But there's definitely one enemy I really, really want you to see, and you'll see why. Also, I just realized, why am I having her attack? I'm a fucking idiot. I could just have her, like, kill them. At least it's getting her limit break up, so she can use that more. Some limit breaks you get by using them more, and I forget what it is. I forget if you get his level 2 by using it more, or you get his level 1 by using it more. We'll do a cure-all, and then I'm going to switch the materia so I can do fire-all. Yeah, we got to level up for it, you know. Fuck it. Fuck the police. Alright. Materia. So we want to switch this. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Fuck you. That's not what I wanted to do either. What the fuck is wrong? What the fuck is wrong here? There we go. Fire. Now I'll put that on restore. Should have just done all restore before, but you know, what the fuck? Who cares? So now we're gonna go around here a little bit, fight a little bit more. I really want to get that fucking enemy though, because it's just bizarre. It's one of the most bizarre enemies in the game. I have no idea why they put it in here. Like, it pretty much makes you like kill any sort of suspension of disbelief. But whatever, you know. Yeah. I'm doing construction work. I think this might be it. Yes. Seriously. You're fighting a fucking hell house. Now, if you attack this guy, this is what happens. Okay. Well, if you do a little more damage, this is what happens. He gets very mad and fucking launches his Hell Bomber. A goddamn miniature nuclear explosion, which does 21 damage. 21 damage. Now, if you attack him one more time here, this should be enough to get him to do it. Yeah, he does a suicide drop, goes ape shit, and turns into a guy, like a fucking gigantic, just... Yeah, I don't know what to even call this thing. And then he fucking lands on the ground and just keeps on doing suicide drops, which do like no damage to you at all. Just like, what the fuck? So you just chop him in half with the Braver, and you're pretty much gonna have him ram into you and do a shit ton of damage. So let's do Healing Wind on everybody. This is a full team heal, where she just does some basic healing shit, which is kind of useless at this point in the game. You might as well just use regular cure. That's about the same amount of damage, so whatever. But yeah, this is a very bizarre enemy. I'm not really sure how this guy would have ever been created. Who would have ever made this guy? I guess he's doing a loon attack. And I have my limit break again. Bitch, I was gonna chop him up. I'm gonna chop him up like fucking sushi. Serve some house sushi. That's what they call it, right? Sushi, it's like on the house. It's the house flavor of the... Okay, I'm done. So anyways, you go up here, you get the hell out of here. We're done here now. I just wanted to show you guys that house. And now we're at the playground, which has pretty much been turned into a wreckage after all of the shit going on here. Take her to Sector 7. What do you mean in the way? Nothing. Eh. Can we take a break? No. Bye. Goodbye. Fuck. I can't leave. Fucking assholes. You can't go in here. This is just there for whatever reason. So let's talk to her. I can't believe it's still here. It's my favorite slide that I'm going to run up to the top of and somehow just shit on it. Over here, butthurt. Now, Cloud, being a manly man, has to just fucking hop up this bitch in one shot. He has to do his little leg swing. Let's just sit down here while we're being pursued by terrorists. No problem. What rank were you? Or not terrorists. While we are terrorists. We're wanted as terrorists. Whatever. I was first ass. Just the same as him. The same as who? My first boyfriend. You were serious. No, I just loved his dick. I probably knew him. What was his name? If you would have said his name, you know, a lot of shit would have been fixed right here. That would have fixed a lot of shit. But you didn't say his name, did you? Did you, Miss Undy? Just like the fucking book. Caused a whole big misunderstanding because you didn't even say it. So all of a sudden you see this shit open. They're completely oblivious to this. They turn in and they look, and from Cloud's angle, he should not be able to see this. But he does see Kansai now, and he sees that she is tarted up like a complete hooker, at which point he gets a massive throbbing erection, and Miss Undy has to take care of it for him. The end of Final Fantasy VII. Thank you all for watching. Instead, though, no, he decides to fucking hide it in his extremely tight trousers and runs to go and find her. She finds Miss Kansai to be extremely hot and runs after her in a complete bundle of lust, and then you have to go and chase her to prevent her from making one of the biggest mistakes of all time because you find out that Kansai is actually a man. So anyways, we're going here to the next part of the slums, which is the famous Sector 7, which is basically like a black market or Wall Street or whatever else you want to call it. Now, this part of the game you'll be revisiting many, many times as the game goes on because there is a lot of stuff to do here. The first thing we have to do, though, is we have to figure out where the fuck she went to. And we're going to do that. First of all, I want to show you this little item shop here, which seems like an item shop, but you go up here and you talk to this, and a thing comes up, and all of a sudden a machine gun shoots at you. You will go to this much, much later in the game, near the end of the game, to get something very important, which is what I was talking about by revisiting things. So the first thing you're going to do is ignore all these shops and have this guy just vibrate madly in place, and you talk to him, and he can't just make up his mind, which is why he's vibrating madly in place. He probably has a vibrator stuck up his ass from the place down on the right, which is a hooker shop. Now, in the beta version of the game, there's actually a lot more you can do here, including allowing Cloud to be able to actually peep on a couple having sex, and dialogue goes along with it, and there's censor bars and all that stuff, but they took that out of the full game for obvious reasons. I don't know how he knows that they're childhood friends. This guy apparently has been stalking you since you were kids. Now, if you don't get what he's referencing there, he's talking about fucking, like, here's the thing. In Japan, brothels and whorehouses and hooker places, or whatever else you want to call them, are a little bit different than they are in America, whereas in America, you know, obviously prostitution is not legal in the vast majority of the country. So when people go and get hookers and so forth, it's very often a one-and-done type deal. Well, they'll, you know, go and find a hooker and have sex and they'll be done. However, in Japan, seeing as prostitution is legal in pretty much the entire country, and not only is it legal, it's legal in a lot of different ways. You've got a lot of different kinds, and no, I've never been to one of these places. I know this because I researched Japanese culture a bunch before I went to Japan. Again, if you want to see those videos of me talking about Japanese culture, just go and look it up, because I visited the country twice, and there's a bunch of pictures and all that. Because of that, it means that many rich men are able to visit the same prostitutes at the same places over and over and over, and develop a sort of working relationship with them, as it may be. This is why the guy says that between his differences in pay, it's just not cutting it, because he's obviously having differences in personality with one of the prostitutes here, one of the working ladies here, and that he's not able to afford seeing her continually to try and work things out. So that is why he references that. You fucking shit! And so he pokes you with his hair. So you can only go in if you're a member of the Honeybee Club, which we obviously are not. So we're gonna have to leave here. And Don Corneo, the owner of the club, is at the very top of the slums here. So we're gonna have to go all the way up here to the top, and we're gonna have to try and get in here to talk to Mr. Don Corneo. Now I'm not gonna get weapons yet because they're not really useful. So you go up here and you talk to him. What am I supposed to do? You want to go in with me? Cloud should have just busted in there and just killed everybody to begin with. So she starts laughing while you're trying to make some sort of big plan, and you're like, what the fuck is so funny? And she's like, you know what? Why don't you just cross-dress? It's the only way. Now, another cultural lesson is that in America, for a guy to cross-dress would be pretty much unheard of, especially in the time frame of the 90s when this game came out. Unless you were, a drag queen or you were into that sort of thing, it was not really something that people did just for fun. But you have to look at this from the Japanese culture standpoint, where for many, many centuries, in plays and so forth, men would cross-dress as women. In fact, it was pretty much the only type of women that you would ever see in plays would be men cross-dressing. Not to mention that homosexuality really was not bad in Japanese culture until we came over there and we basically told them homosexuality is bad and stuff like that. So obviously I don't think that, I'm just saying, culturally the stereotype. And so cross-dressing over there is much more okay than it is over here. So this is seen more as an actual plausible thing to do to actually get into a mansion and a practical joke. Whereas over here, it would probably be seen like gay. So that's the difference there, So you have to go and cross-dress, making this definitely one of the most out there Final Fantasy games in existence, and definitely a turning point in the series where, they stopped giving a fuck and just tried to make it, very out there. Although granted, at the same time, it does fit with the storyline, so it's not like it's just thrown in there randomly, So we're gonna go into the gun shop here, and we're gonna go and get a few weapons because, might as well just get them now. And so a mithril rod will definitely help her. We'll give her more materia slots. The metal knuckle and the assault gun are not useful at this point. The mithril armlet, though, is useful because it will make you have more defense. So we'll buy 2 of those, and we'll equip them right now. We'll give her a mithril rod and the mithril armlet. Don't really need to give her cover because that would be ridiculous. We're going to give him a mithril armlet, and we're going to be done with that. So we're going to sell these, get some money back, sell the guard stick, the iron bangle, and the titan bangle. Now we got a little bit of money back. We're going to go over here and talk to this guy, and you will talk to him later. He will be of relevance later. So we're going to go in here, and the first thing we need to do is we need to talk to this old drunk here at the bar to get that flag registered, I think. Talk to this guy. Someone's been in there all day. I can't hold it anymore. Someone's in here. Don't look. So you have to wait on that. You can also talk to the guy at the bar here, and he's all like, fuck you. And you talk to these guys, and they're like, we're dupers. So you can't really do anything there yet. You can go in here, though, and you can see it's a gym. Join the club. Yeah, try it with us. Oh. So you have to talk to this dude. I've gained weight again, but not yet. I think I'm doing something wrong here. I think I'm doing something out of order.